Hello to everyone. I would like to thank for the invitation to the International Federation for Human Rights and the co-sponsors of this event. Apologies that I cannot be with you today, but I am very pleased to greet you all and contribute to this important event through providing some introductory remarks over a video statement. Firstly, I would like to start by acknowledging how timely this event is as people in Jammu and Kashmir are voting to elect local assembly representatives. I know that these elections are taking place after a decade, since in 2019 the Indian government revoked Jammu and Kashmir's autonomy and stripped its statehood and people from their right to political representation. I am hopeful to see reports of the enthusiasm of the people to exercise the right to vote and to reclaim their future. And the high turnout in these elections, which has sparked hope for political change in a region that long has suffered repression or denial of rights, as had been highlighted by many UN experts, including my predecessor. This moment presents an important opportunity for the government of India to restore the rights and trust of the people in Jammu and Kashmir and ensure the will is taken into account. In this critical moment, it is important to recall that the situation remains highly concerning since the elimination of the Jammu and Kashmir special autonomy status. Fundamental freedoms and rights have been seriously repressed and denied, as many UN experts have warned. There has been a systematic and intensified crackdown against Kashmiri human rights offenders, activists, and journalists. The population has faced a severe security clampdown, mass detention, curfews, and a prolonged internet blackout, stripping residents of their political rights as well as the right to jobs and lands. My predecessor and various other special procedure mandate holders have issued multiple communications on individuals' allegations on human rights violations due to the abuse of counterterrorism and broad security measures. These include arbitrary detentions, extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances and torture, and ill treatment, intimidations, and reprisals against human rights defenders, journalists, lawyers, political dissidents, and Muslims, and other minorities in the region. Also, activists have faced threats, harassments, and reprisals for the advocacy to the United Nations mechanisms such as the Human Rights Council. The UN experts have raised numerous concerns on the weaponization of counterterrorism and broad security laws, such as the Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. They observed that the present current terrorism legal framework stipulates expansive powers to detain and otherwise target individuals loosely perceived by authorities as likely to partake in terrorism, sedition, or other national security issues. As the elections are undergoing, I am also concerned that the region continues to be highly militarized with extensive military presence, and any human rights and political activists remain in jail. They are among thousands of people in prolonged arbitrary detention as a preventive measure against protest. I would also like to recall previous concerns raised by UN experts that the elimination of the Jammu and Kashmir special autonomy status has significantly reduced political representation and participation of the native groups and led to deterioration of the human rights situation in the region. Such systematic repression can only escalate and deepen resentment among population. As some described it, lava is boiling inside people. As voices are being silenced, or people are prevented from the exercise of political participation and rights. If these elections are to achieve political change, now is the time to take action to ensure everyone can exercise the fundamental freedoms of expression, peaceful assembly, and of association. This is key for ensuring people can effectively and fully participate in the decision-making process concerning their lives and future, and to overcome the political disenfranchisement they have endured. I further reiterates call made consistently by other experts that the counterterrorism and broader national security framework applicable in Jammu and Kashmir and cross-jurisdiction should be independently assessed in order to ensure consistency with international human rights law, norms, and standards, and to prevent this being used as a tool to repress fundamental rights and freedoms. Authorities should ensure that practices such as travel bans and arbitrary detention, including preventive detention, and repression against peaceful protesters and civil society are ceased, and ensure that people can raise discerning voices on Jammu and Kashmir issues freely, including regarding the restoration of statehood of the region. All those detained under the Public Safety Act and Unlawful Activity Act for merely exercising their fundamental freedoms should be immediately released. This including Khurram Parvez, a civil society activist and coordinator of Jammu and Kashmir Coalition of Civil Society, and journalist Ifmar Merhar, both of whom continue to be detained under this act since 2021 and 2023 respectively. I would like to reinstate that free civic space is an enabler for ensuring inclusive and peaceful societies, and that severe restriction of civic space, such as those documented and mentioned, should be taken as warning signs that if no address can further lead to deepened differentiation of community and human rights violations. As part of my focus in this super-electoral year and the impact of the rights of freedom of peaceful assembly and association as enabling rights for ensuring public and political participation, I will continue to closely monitor the situation in the region. For this, I would like to invite you to continue engagement with my mandate. Thank you for the attention, and I hope you have a fruitful conversation today.